What's good, folks? Shout out to anybody watching this on the replay. This is the Friday Live brought to you by the Hood, powered by the MDC strategy. Powered by. It's always funny. But anyway, shout out to anybody watching this on the replay. If you're watching this live, let us know who's here. Put it in the comment section. Give folks a
Say
couple
what's
minutes.
up.
You know what I'm saying? What's good, Corey?
Ain't about nothing. You know what I mean? I ain't got no reason to cuss and fuss today.
No reasons.
I got reasons, but nobody want to hear them, John. So keep them to myself.
Respect, folks coming in. As you come in, do me a favor: hit the like button, hit the love button, show us some love. It helps us fight the algos and gets in front of more folks. You know what I'm saying? But we appreciate you joining us on this Friday evening. You know what I'm saying? Throw your KO products in the sky. You know what I mean? If you're here, shout out to my guy Jose, who may or may not be here yet.
No, man.
He may or may not be here yet. Tanelia, what's good, Tanelia? How are you? Lorraine is in the building. What's up, Lorraine? Sam is here. What's up, Sam? No, fam. We definitely didn't hear no Yachty. I know I didn't. I don't know about Core, though. Core might have listened to the Yachty. Happy Friday.
Zero chance that I do Yachty.
Hey, Core, am I choppy on your end?
Huh?
Am I choppy on your end?
Yeah, you very choppy.
Okay, because on my end, I'm cool, but you choppy, so I don't know what's good, but,
It's saying I got a low signal or whatever. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how that's possible because I'm sitting in the exact same place doing the exact same thing I do every week. Literally, my computer hasn't moved. So I don't know what the hell is going on.
Powers that be hating on us. We need some more likes in here, man. Shout out to everybody pulling up. Jamil's in the building. Vidon's
10
here.
10 times more people than likes, man.
Yeah, what's good with that? Lorraine is here. What's up, Lorraine? Ashley is here. What's good, Ash? What's up,
old.
So, everybody do me a favor, hit that like button, man. Say you're good, but Corey was choppy. Okay, all right. Just want to make sure it wasn't me. Yeah, man. So another interesting week in the markets. You know what I mean? Everything shot up in the beginning of the week and start tanking again. It's that ride, man.
Listen, man, I put it in our group why we got a little bump, and then soon as the Fed start talking again, the market start tanking again. Every time the Fed open their mouth, the markets just take it dump. I was sitting there waiting on their ass this week, though. As soon as they start talking, I was sitting there like a sniper in a bush.
Yeah, I be getting mad because I was moving some paper around just because I wanted to buy some long-term holds. I've just been stacking long-term holds. I'm in a straight stack mode trying, generate as much income as possible.
You do what the rich people do.
I'm poor, but
no, I said you got rich people habit. I didn't say nothing about your paper.
Yeah, I'm poor rich habit. So what I could do is like, it was funny. I started looking at shares like whether they're a piece of gold or a collectible card. Like I'm just stacking away assets, but it's crazy because of the way the market's been. Like, all right, I moved some money to make a move, and I'm ready to make a move, and now we going up. I'm like, no, I'm not buying this, yo. Definitely not buying this. Definitely not buying this. Let's see who else is here. Rochelle's in the building.
Hey,
what's good,
Rochelle?
Family? How are you? Thank you for pulling up.
Out here making power moves.
Absolutely. Rochelle's doing her thing. Cookie is in the building as well. What's good, Cookie?
What it is though.
Yo, anybody who's watching who hasn't hit the like button or the love button, please do me a favor and do that. We appreciate that support. Shout out to everybody during the course of the week, right? Who hits us up on social media like, yo, like it's funny the way social media works is weird, right? Because some days I'll just go without posting. And if I go a day without posting, somebody hit me up and be like, is you cool? I'm like, yo, I'm actually more than cool, which is why I'm not posting. But, so shout out to y'all. We appreciate the love nonetheless.
Yeah, man.
A lot of good stuff coming up, right? A lot of community projects. We had some meetings this week about some community projects. So especially if you're in the Philly area, be on the lookout for that because we got some stuff that we're working on locally that's going to be very, very powerful. Hey, when you connected to great people, you have no choice. Thank y'all. Thank you. Absolutely. So please be on the lookout for that too. But other than that, though, Corey, so your weekend in Marcus was cool though.
Yeah, because I mean, I just waited. Like I told you, I was just sitting like a sniper in the bush, man. Like literally every week, I just look on the calendar for when the Fed talk, and then I just place my bet on the market taking the ass whipping every time they talk. So I just find the calendar and look for the people that the Fed talk, and literally just wait for the bad news to kick in some money for me.
Yeah, man.
So that's really, I'm not really doing nothing crazy. I ain't look at a chart all week because I ain't have to. Because the way this market is going, I'm just following the pattern. You know what I mean? Like when the Fed wasn't talking, the market was going up. Soon as Wednesday morning, soon as boy opened his mouth, because Wednesday morning opened up good too. Soon as boy opened his mouth on Wednesday, it just went, man. The market just went absolutely dumpster fire.
Yeah, I like that strategy,
So,
Corey. Hashtag put city. That's right.
listen, man. Not that again, I'm more experienced than y'all, so I'm not. This is not investment advice. I'm just telling you what I did.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
first off, how you gonna say I'm more experienced than y'all? You don't know who the hell is listening.
No, I'm talking about for at doing that. What I do, not listening for news and you know what I mean, like for that specific news, because I do it. That's something that I've been doing for a long time. Not to say that I'm more experienced in trading or anything like that, but doing that specific thing.
I'm about to say you don't know who the hell. Yo, shout out to my brother Jose, man. Smash that
Years
like button.
old.
Jose, we in the building, man. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
bro.
Like,
Nah,
listen,
bro.
man. I'm yo.
How the Brits say nah, bro?
It's Coke Zero. Shout out to the Coke Zero. My brother Jose, $ KO. That is not investment advice. That's just me and Jose's company.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying? I'll see you at the next shareholders meeting, Jose.
Shareholders meeting when y'all sitting there.
Jose gonna pull up to the KO shareholders meeting with By the Hood tees on. You know what I mean? Shout out to the brother. I mean, he may come in a full suit with one of them
exotic
ties.
Exotic ties.
Yeah, he be having exotic ties.
Jose got it.
Yeah,
Jose got that exotic.
Minutes to tie that knot.
He got that exotic piff on his neck.
Yeah, he don't have regular tie knots, man. Jose is the god, man.
He got the exotic piff.
Yo, listen, man. Anybody looking for a piece of real estate? I got a property I'm putting on the market. It should be up next week, right at Washington Lane in Cheltenham. So still out here getting busy on the real estate side of things.
Man.
Got a settlement next week on something else we just sold. So we putting in moves, man. As a matter of fact,
I just grabbed another text. I just grabbed another text, John, too. I grabbed another text, John, and I grabbed a mobile home. I grabbed another mobile home. The land, I go to closing on the land in December. So I'm on my real estate move game too, man. Like, y'all made me understand how much real estate is part of the game, man. Both feet. I'm both feet in it. You muted, Jim.
My bad. I'm sitting there running my mouth too. Like I was gonna say, like over the last month or so, we went crazy. Like
no, you in the team at Mosaic, you know what I mean? Y'all going baddie out there.
We went.
I gotta get money with y'all, man. Like, but I'm in a whole nother.
We went crazy, man.
I got I'm getting to it, but like I gotta figure out how to get y'all involved in that process so we can all eat together, man.
But listen though, I still gotta do that last class in the MDC, yo. I definitely didn't forget about y'all. It's just been, I'm just telling you in terms of being tied up. And I was doing some community work over the last couple of weeks too, bro. And I want to talk about that, but I'll get back to that. But I'm gonna show you this project that we're working on over at Mosaic. And shout out to my sister Tracy, man. But I want to show you all this.
I gotta get my Philly game tight, man. Like, but the prices out here be too wild for me.
Hey, listen, but the risk reward. And by the way, I'm sharing my IG page. And if anybody sends you something that's not like, because They be cloning me like crazy on IG, man. They going crazy on me. And by the way, for those who don't know, like you see that right there, Analytics Award. I got that like 10 years in a row running. But here's a project though, Core. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Take a look at this one here. As a matter of fact, though, can you hear the sound?
Yeah. Yo, you wild out.
This is a project right here, Sharswood Ridge. That it's a major development. And some of the units are going available for lease very, very soon.
Sharswood. I don't even know where Sharswood is. Where's Sharswood?
Sharswood is in between Mansion and Brewery Town. So yeah. Okay. So
you gotta hit me to the new names and stuff, because once they start moving the names around, I start, like, even though I lived in this city my whole life, when they start moving the names around, I start getting a little bit lost.
Yo, man. The craziest one I heard, Joe, I heard the absolute wildest one, and it's not even in Philly, it was in NY. But I was talking to a dude who's an appraiser, and we was going over some stuff.
I know exactly what you about to say.
Yo, my man was talking about like a project in the Bronx. And, I grew up in the Northeast. I've been to the Bronx several times. Like, what I mean? Head always got to be on the swivel walking through the Bronx. The Bronx is one of the wildest places, bro. And dude was talking about this development and $1 million properties. I was like, in the Bronx? He was like, yeah, it's in Sobro. Yo, they call him the South Bronx Sobro.
I'm sorry.
I said, Sobro? Yeah, man. South Bronx is Sobro. Like, that's what they're doing now. They Jennifer to the South Bronx, and they call him the Sobro.
Jenny a wild chick.
Yo,
man.
Jenny Wild. Yeah, it's Sobro. Lorraine is a KO shareholder too. You know what I'm saying? Shout to that. Dawn is in the building. Yo, Dawn, talk about real estate. Dawn out here going crazy right now. Shout to Dawn. Corey, do you want to know what's your procedure?
I will definitely share that. And I'll tell y'all right now. I go right on the internet, right? I go to whatever township I'm looking to buy in. And then what people don't know, that there's multiple levels of tax sale. There's like 5 different levels of tax sale. And then what I do is I try to find the lowest level of tax sale. After it's been through all the other tax sales, I try to find the lowest level of tax sale and buy from there, where I can just get the property free and clear that nobody else wanted. So that's my strategy. I'm not saying, that's my strategy.
One of the things I've been working on personally, like from a personal development standpoint. First of all, if you're not working on yourself at all times, then like that's rule number one. You should always be working on yourself, and whatever that may be for you. So, as I was doing, like, some of the books I'm currently reading, and I'll talk about what I'm currently reading now, but is patience, right? And that's a very difficult thing to master, because we always want things when we want them, instead of understanding the idea of patience. One of the books I'm reading, I mentioned on here last week, I believe, I did, because it's Discipline is Destiny by Ryan Holiday. I'm still reading it. I'm close to finish now. But he talks about patience in terms of being a superpower. And the reason it's a superpower is because the average person doesn't have patience, right? So as it pertains to like finances, like to me, that is kind of like Warren Buffett's superpower. He's able to like watch fads go by, not care about them. Understand that I don't have to catch everything, and just be patient. And then when an opportunity that arises and something that I have an understanding of, take full action on that. So I was in a meeting, and shout out to Tori. Tori just copped some property as well. I helped her with that deal. Tori from 254, right?
Yes, indeed.
So I was in a meeting with her and the lady that runs Jumpstart Norristown. And I was explaining to her, like, at this point in my journey with real estate, I only focus on single family residential. And she was like, what about this and what about that? And I was like, yo, I've done it. I've owned commercial. I've owned tons of duplexes. I was like, I only focus on one thing. And it's because that's where I have my highest level of understanding. I could see a deal. I could value it very fast. It's more liquid than most, other parts of real estate. But also, like, that patience. Instead of having to always be in something, I'm waiting for the perfect deal. Yeah, I'm trying to buy everything. Yeah, because you can still find crazy deals. Like
No, they out there.
I
They out
purchased
there. They
in
out
the
there
city of
crazy.
Philadelphia with the values that you just talked about how it's higher in the city. I purchased stuff for 1,000, 200, 500, but I'm very patient. Now, getting back to what I was saying originally, though, right? This book is amazing, by the way. Discipline is Destiny. And I already told you, Corey, I hate the fact that I love his books that much for political reasons, but it is what it is. And another book I'm reading is Build Wealth One House at a Time, right? I think that's the name of the book. Let me get the exact name because I hate like giving y'all wrong names. Discipline is Destiny is by Ryan Holiday. Build Wealth One House at a Time is another one I'm simultaneously reading.
Yo, man,
That's
I
by a
was
guy
just
named John. It's by John Schwab, and his thing is called Building Wealth One House at a Time. But real quick, the premise behind that is how everybody has this idea. I got to scale fast, scale fast. Take your time, work on that one crib. You get that to get it situated, your tenant, whatever. Go to the next one, because what will happen over time is you'll learn through going through the whole process, and sometimes scaling too fast, you make mistakes. But go ahead, Corey. What you about to say?
and I was saying you giving boy too much credit because that's something that you always been talking about since I met you. So
No, it is. But
you ain't
sometimes
need no
you have
book.
an idea.
You ain't need no book for that one.
No, but all right. So it's adding to my. I already had that thought, but you know, sometimes you have an idea and you think like, all right, I'm crazy. Why am I only one? But then you hear somebody else. He wrote a book on it. So
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? So
mean,
once I saw that, I'm like, I automatically got to get it because this is something I've been thinking about. And shout out to Malik because me and Malik spent hours and hours chopping it up, and that's something that he believes in too. But this dude has a whole book on it, so I would definitely want to give him a shout out because I am reading his book, and you better believe I'm going to be stealing game from it. His name is John Schwab. It's called Building Wealth One House at a Time. And by the way, the Building Wealth One House at a Time is on Audible, in case anybody does audiobooks. But yeah, so patience is something I'm trying to work on as it pertains to the market and you know, in real estate. I don't know if GC's still here. I want to tell him something too that I thought about last night in terms of patience because it's been on top of my mind lately. Chastity says, "You showing me the blueprint, and this is awesome." Corey and LaJoya are the plugs. So Chastity sat down with Mrs. Camp and got the lowdown on how to run the plays to get the tax liens and land out in Texas. Rochelle, thank you as always. Definitely appreciate you. Dawn says, "Come on here with the presentation and love songs." Hey, listen, y'all know when I cook up a video, I don't care if it's real estate, meme, it's gonna get the R&B. I'm gonna lace it with some R&B. Like that's what I do. R&B memes is my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna find no hardcore hip hop in my joint. I'm playing the OJs. Like that's my lane. R&B boy.
Shuffle, man. You gotta play music you can shuffle to, dog.
Yeah, I'm the R&B. I'm the R&B boy. Kahan,
So
what's up, brother?
you gotta play music you can shuffle to, man.
Speaking of my brother Kahan, man. So Kahan is one of our partners at our IB Big Invest. So we have an investment group together, and I bring this up every once in a while to see if anybody's ever interested. Hit me up. We have an investment group, and we all, we're looking to build partners. We have an all-black investment group where we pull our resources and buy investments together. And we're getting ready to embark on some amazing things with our group. So if anybody's interested, definitely hit me up. Doesn't matter where you are, too. Like most of us are local, but we have folks from all over. Lance is in the building. Shout out to the legend Lance.
Yizzo.
Saying, go to God Charts, so shall you. You know what I'm saying, to get some information on our courses. Lance is one of our partners as well. We create, coursework together. That's our sister. So shout out to her. Shauna's in the building. Happy Friday. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day coming up. Imagine KRS on stage talking about Sobro. Yo, Jamil, not gonna lie, this is how you know we all from the culture, because that's the first thought I had. Exactly. I was like, yo, KRS did not give his life.
When Jim told me this a couple weeks ago, I was like, KRS-One is rolling over in his bed because he ain't in his grave.
In his bed. Yeah, Lance, that's definitely the book, Discipline is Destiny. And appreciate you too, as Jose. John W. Schwab. Yeah, that's the one. Yep, and that's the other one right there, Ryan Holiday. Yo, I'm a fan of Ryan Holiday's books. Ego Was the Enemy is another one that talks about learning to master your ego. Another powerful book. But if you ever look at Ryan Holiday, he has a nice set of books that he's written. But let me get the information because I don't want to misquote this. But I told you, I hate the fact that I love his books the way I do for political reasons. But Ryan Holiday studied at the foot of Robert Greene, who wrote the 48 Laws of Power. He was like his intern or assistant or something. And now he's for anybody who's into that book, because that's a very popular book. Learning the tax strategies now. Dawn says she about to go wild in 2023 with the tax strategies. Yeah, that's the move. That's the move. That's the move. But yeah, get in working on that page.
Let me know what you come up with, Dawn, because that's my favorite thing in the world, man.
Yo, so me and GC was on here, I think last week or the week before, and we were talking about an HBO series called Industry, right?
Yeah.
And he's way ahead of me. I'm still on the first season, but I was watching the episode last night, and something happened in the episode. I'm not really like spoiling anything. It's not. I mean, it is a kind of a spoiler, but not really. It's not gonna really ruin the show or anything. But it was a situation like so that it involves trading. They're trading forex stocks, the whole nine. But sis was right on her assessment. John was shooting up like crazy, 5-6 figures in profit. And the boy was like, all right, so cash it out. And she's like, no. And you know what happened? News came out, boom, right? And I was sitting there thinking like, yo, that is insane. I mean, obviously it's exaggerated for TV, but you don't know how many times I hear that, like, on our chats and things during the course of the week. I was like, yo, this is a microcosm of what we see every week, bro.
Every single day.
Every week. I'm like, yo, so if y'all haven't seen that show on HBO, it's called Industry. It's a UK show, but it's about an investment firm. And it's some gems you could pick up from there. Plus, if you're watching this and you're into investing, you'll probably dig it. You know what I mean? Like if you like Succession, Wall Street, things like that, it's in the same realm. So Jamil said what he's reading right now is Laws of Human Nature. Let me look that up. Laws of Human Nature. So first off, Jamil, how is the book? And what have you taken from it, if anything? Oh, that's Robert Greene too. Okay. That is Robert Greene. That's why he brought it up. All right, it's dope. So Dawn says, I'm learning storage units, rent, no 3Ts, no eviction process, dedicated renters for decades with no rental cap. Yeah. A good brother here in the city is building out one. I think he got I forgot how many, couple hundred units or something. He's doing it in West Philly. And it's somebody looks like us, or one of my friends, and that's gonna be dope. I can't wait to see it come to fruition. So people are getting into that storage unit space, and it's very interesting. It's like people like it for whatever reason that they do. A lot of the stuff that Dawn is talking about, right? Because most people, if you look at the data, they get a discount for putting their card on file, and they never cancel. So like, yo, people be having storage units for like 10, 15 years because it just automatically comes out and they don't even think to cancel. And we live in a country where people just have so much stuff. Like it's an abundance of stuff and they need space for it.
Pretty much. That's why I'm just grabbing acreage. That's why when I close on the joint, I just grabbed the acre and a half. So I can really literally, make that next move.
All right, so Lorraine asked a question. Is it the UK version of Billions? I wouldn't call it that, right? Because Billions tells a story from the perspective of the folks who are at the top. This tells a story from the perspective of people just starting out working in a firm. So some of them are like, getting their first job in finance right after college. And it's telling a story from their perspective. But the worlds are similar in terms of the worlds. So
what's the one that the one that married the prince, the one Meghan Markle? What's the joint that she used to that show she used to be
Suits?
Yeah, is it more like Suits than Billions?
No. It's like Billions. It's in finance. It's definitely in finance. Suits. Not really though, because Suits wasn't like not really.
It just tells the story from the intern perspective and the boss perspective. That's all I was saying.
Right. So because Suits has like a main guy. There's no main person. Like there's a cast of characters who are at the bottom.
That's why I was asking.
So but it's telling the story from their perspective, like but Billions is a little bit different. They talk Billions, you got the district attorney, you got the folks at the highest level of government and business involved in that version. So,
Yeah.
But it's a pretty dope show so far. All right, so doing that, so she's
As
learning.
you should.
Take the information and bring it back to your community. Chris, what's good, Chris? Appreciate you for tapping in. Definitely appreciate it. Doing so, that's awesome. Oh, okay, add it to my watch list. Yeah, it's on HBO Max. Exactly. That's what I thought. Suits was legal. Yeah, that was law. Yeah, there you go. So Suits was law. But industry is the new traders and forex in the EU. Yep. So I guess that Jose has definitely seen it. Are tax deed liens still a great option to scoop up properties with syndicates swooping them up by the wave? Great question, Jamil. So my answer to that is all depends upon
what area?
Well, not just what area, how you're getting in. So in real estate, you'll hear like a cliche that you make your money on the front end when you buy. So if you're in an area that has a lot of syndicates swooping in and they're pushing the value up to a price point that's affecting your deal, then probably not. But this is why it really still always comes down to data, and it always comes down to the deal, the deal, right? You know, I hate to mention this because of who I'm talking about, but in The Art of the Deal, written by Donald Trump, where come to find out recently that he didn't even write the book, but I remember years ago that was like a big book in the real estate game called The Art of the Deal. Find out later after the fact that he didn't even really write it; he just put his name on it. But that's neither here nor there. This ain't a political. But one thing I remember from that book back in the day is Bo was talking about how like, yo, I'll buy a piece of property anywhere on the globe if the deal is right. It's not about this is my area, that is my area. How much can I get it for? If I can get it for the right price, I'm willing to buy it. Now, I don't subscribe to that, but that's something I took from that book. And it goes to your question, Jamil, because if you're in an area where you're getting that tax deed lien and you're still getting it at a good price, then it could be a good deal, right? Because I've seen here in Philadelphia at times when the market was hot that the auction became a bad place to go. Because if you're going to the auction, in your head, you're probably thinking, I'm going to pay less than market value. But when the market's hot and you got a bunch of people bidding it up, sometimes those properties will go for market value. So you wasted your time. So the answer to your question is it depends. And it's not a cop-out answer. It's really what can you get the property for? If you can get it for a good price, yeah. But if those syndicates are coming in to that specific area and messing up the value, then no. But real estate is like a local market type thing. Each market is completely different. I got a meeting to Monday with this dude. He's a PhD who studies data, and I'm sitting in a meeting with him, and he's talking about the overall housing market. So I can't wait to get his analysis because, again, that varies from place to place. I remember, and I was talking, not talking to him. This was on social media that Jay was talking about what's going on over in Phoenix, Arizona right now. And he said he's already like stuff hasn't hit the fan. He's seeing 15-20% reductions. And I'm like, over here where I'm at, ain't no reductions.
Yeah, reductions in what?
Stuff's still selling over market.
Yeah.
So, but that's a difference because Phoenix also got hit harder in 08.
Yeah.
But then, all right, to add context to that,
the bounce back was bigger.
Even crazier. Yeah, like so Phoenix on the way up is definitely different. And Latoya says definitely no reductions.
Because everything new is coming here. Like I gotta give my wife credit, right? Because when we was looking for houses, and she did a crazy amount of research about where new stuff was coming, and so when we bought our house, there was nothing there. Like this shit was it was empty. It was five houses built in that development when we bought it. It was absolutely nothing there. It's a head around the corner from us. They just built a Family Dollar and a Dollar Tree right down the street. They building 2 gas stations less than a mile from my house. Like this is about to go absolutely. They building 4 schools. That's telling you how many people. Like when they start building schools, the influx is there or it's coming there, right? They're building 4 schools. They're building 2 elementary schools, a middle school, and a high school to go along with all of the stuff that they got going on there. And so I gotta say, I didn't see the vision, but when she was showing me all of the new stuff that was being built there, I was like, oh, this is a gold mine.
One of the great things about real estate, opposed to other asset classes, is very forgiving anyway. Sometimes if you just buy and do nothing but sit, that's all you really got to do. You ain't got to work, like a lot of work involved. So, I mean, ownership of the land is important. We are having reductions here. but we have a different market. It's not going to drop that much. Our values go up like crazy. Again, that's the market, right? So here's another market, a different perspective from Jamil. In Detroit, there have been syndicates swooping up 100 to 800 properties at a time, depending on areas in the city and other counties.
Damn.
Now, the strategy that people be doing in real estate that I took to the metaverse, right? I'm looking at the syndicates that's hopping up properties, and I'll just try to buy one little piece in the middle of everything else they got.
Yep.
And just wait for them to say, yo, I want that too. All right, well, double me up. You can have it. Yo, I did that on Sandbox a couple times. I was like just going in, I'm like, all right, so Coca-Cola here, Tesla here. We bought this one little corner piece. I'm talking about a little stupid piece. I can't even build nothing on it. I'm just gonna sit it right in the middle of their joints. In Texas, oh yeah, they do the full gamut in their planning.
Yeah, man. It just went from absolutely nothing to just stuff all over the place.
Hey, but that's what it's about. But hold on to that land, man.
Oh, that's going nowhere.
Another book I mentioned a couple weeks ago, The Color of Money. In the book when they talk about Booker T. Washington and how Booker T. made a speech, and Booker T. was like, "Look, I don't care whatever else you got going on. Buy you some property, buy one piece of property, and just open up a bank account, and just your life has changed." I'm like, that was very simple advice. But he said this back then.
True.
He said this back then, right? He said this back then, and I think that kind of still applies. Like, yo, you gotta obviously gotta have a bank account so you can do business in this country, but yo, let's buy your property. That's why we be running around like "Stop Losing Granny's House" is such like a statement or something that we have to really like focus on, because someone else who just recently bought a house, I'm not gonna put no one's business out there, but I was telling them, I was like, listen, if you don't do anything else, if you don't buy any stock, if you don't do anything else, but you just make sure you pay your mortgage, you're already sitting on $100,000 in equity because of how you bought, and your kids will have an asset worth a couple $100,000. I was like, probably $500,000 by the time you get older, like without doing anything else. So land is the foundation of all wealth, and as it pertains to our community, it's important that we protect those, because how many people had grandmoms and aunts and great grandfathers and grandfathers that have purchased property and this is no longer there. That's literal wealth gone. I relate to that on a personal level, and I know Corey does too.
Yeah, man, I know that story, crazy. But Kamari would disagree with you, and I would also disagree with you about the foundation of all wealth. Mm-hmm. Foundation of all wealth is government, because government. Anyway, yes.
So Kamari's point wasn't that it's the foundation. Kamari said that all wealth is built through government. So that's a little bit different than saying that the foundation of wealth is land, because government can't exist without land, right?
It can't. You're right.
Because in economics, what's called, I'm getting to my economics bag. There's 4 agents of production, right? That's land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. In order to create any sort of value, you got to have land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Or some people take out entrepreneurship and just say management, because it doesn't necessarily have to be an entrepreneur. It could be a manager. Now, you got to have the land regardless, whether you're talking about food, whether you're talking about a factory, whatever it may be, you got to have the land, got to have the labor to make it work, the capital to put it to work, and the person to manage that capital. So when you can control one of the agents of production, which is land, that's why it separates itself from everything else. But Kamari's point is that government allows certain things to happen because we live in a country that has like certain rules and laws. The government can control how said land is used through things such as zoning, easements, deed restrictions. That part is true, but it still comes down to the land. Anyway, I'm working with a client for some LA multi-units. It's a play for appreciation. The building is on Venice Beach. It's rent controlled. No way to raise the rent unless someone moves or passes away. But that appreciation, oh my God. As long as they can maintain, repairs, taxes, things like that, you're absolutely right. Them rent controls is crazy. We really don't have them here in our market.
Look at what Chris said. He's in San Antonio. He said the gap between there and Austin is closing. It's going to be one city soon. God damn. He said we're diamond handing our properties here.
Yo, it's probably gonna be like
tight.
like the Bay Area. Like they're gonna come up with a name for like all of them combined.
It's like Houston. Houston sucked up every little city around Houston. That's why my property going up, because my house is 15 minutes outside Houston. And because Houston has expanded, so Houston is like 4 cities that used to be smaller cities, and they just absorbed them and turned them into Houston. I was
So
like, dang.
what do they call it? Like, do they call it like Houston proper now?
I mean, the people that live there call it Houston proper, but
People
everybody else
complain with
just
this
say
stuff. They be
Houston.
like such
Because
and such proper.
where I'm at used to be half hour to 45 minutes from Houston, and now it's only 15 minutes from Houston because Houston has been expanding out.
So pretty soon you'll be in Houston.
Pretty much.
See, I don't know how that works out there. Like, what county are you in?
Montgomery County, which is
Okay.
the second biggest county outside of, like, Houston is the biggest county, actually Houston, and then I'm in Montgomery County, which is the second biggest one.
Okay. So let's get to Jamil. What's that? Hello? I'm not familiar with what that is. Just kind of popped out of nowhere 6 or 7 years ago, and Chris says, "Yep." So what is that? What's you know what that is, Core?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what Hello Tits is.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that body of work. There will be hundreds of thousands of people moving to the Houston area over the next few years. Yeah,
moving now.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, but that's why those that have
that's why I'm running the play. That's why I'm grabbing up all of the like, I'm grabbing everything. I'm just grabbing everything.
Those that have the land. Listen, it's who was that I was reading a story about? As a matter of fact, it's in that book. Yo, I'm sorry to keep referring to this book, y'all, but it's so many great stories in there.
Giving the game away.
No, I'm not giving it away, but it's just
I said he's giving the game away.
Yeah, so he's telling a story of you guys are familiar with Arthur Ashe, the tennis legend. But it was a story about his father, right? So his father was an assistant of this Jewish businessman. And what happened was the Jewish businessman had him with him to do this deal to buy this piece of land. And he said when he got to the place where they were having a meeting to him sign the papers to buy the land, the guy that was selling the land to him was like on some like, you know, anti-Semitism stuff, like making all kinds of comments, just being very nasty and disrespectful to him. And dude was like not saying anything at all, just like ignoring him and signed his papers. And, you know, after the other guy left that was selling the property, he was talking to Arthur Ashe's father, who was the assistant of the guy that bought the property. And he's like, how did you sit there and deal with that? He was like, because I got the land. He was like, he can say whatever he want to say, call me whatever he wants to. He said, but that's his business. It's not my business what he calls me. He said, my business is buying this piece of land. He's like, nah, I control this land. And I'm going to do what I have to do here. And I don't care how he feels about me. He said, how other people feel about me is their business. I don't care. And he was like, because I'm too focused on what I'm trying to build. And he was saying that from that, the reason Arthur Ashe's father always tells that story is because that's what motivated him in his personal life to like focus on the things I got to focus on. And that's how he put his son in better schools in a position to become the legend Arthur Ashe, was from that experience that his father had with like, yo, when you focused on something, you can't really care about what other people say, because too many times we get caught up in our emotions. Anyway, I'm giving too much of the book away, but that was a powerful story right there. I was like, yo, because so many times we get caught up from an emotional standpoint on what's going on around us, like what Kanye said or what that person said. But when you focus on the mission, that stuff don't even come to you, right? Because you focused on the mission.
The mission don't change, man. It's just the players in the game, man. That's the one reason why we work, is because we mission focused, man. Everybody, people be talking about we mission focused, like we like laser focused on the mission. You know what I mean? Like, so some of the things that we do kind of are distraction to me, because they take away time from the actual true mission, which is to be a community organization. You know what I mean? Like, because that was the mission we set out to be. We set out to be a community organization. And so, those other things that we do help in that. Like, they've become, how you say corollary to that. You know what I mean? They work hand in hand with
Yeah,
that. And so
correlated, highly correlated. But
yeah,
yeah, no, but I just thought that was a dope story because it's true. Like you got to be focused on what you focused on. All right, so it must be a like town or something. Hilo is in
yeah.
San Antonio. Okay, got you. All right, I'm with y'all now. I mean, I gotta go down to Houston to get Houston proper, that is, and get my education of that up. I've been to Houston before though. Um, you know, it was pretty dope. That's
My
when I went
wife,
to the
she just
the
sent me a
Buffalo.
text.
Yeah, that's where the Buffalo Soldiers Museum is. I definitely was in there. That's a
Well,
dope museum. It's a real small
it
museum.
is.
It's definitely dope.
I've
That's a
definitely been there.
yeah.
Uh,
So going
um,
to the time she lived in Spring, Texas, I dated a guy with a beautiful home in Magnolia. But that's neither here nor there. My Jimmy was absolutely some stuff is neither here nor there. Like
yeah,
Julio says that's
spring.
dope and true.
Spring is about half an hour from where I live at.
Okay. People's opinion of you is none of your business. There you go, Lorraine. Like I heard that, I was like, oh, they preaching to me now. Like I gotta capture that, man. Correlation.
Yeah,
That reminds me of like that Einstein story. Wait, you ever heard the Einstein story about when he was teaching a class?
yeah, and
And
he wrote all of the stuff on the board, and then he
Mhm.
on purpose wrote the joint wrong. Yeah,
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of that. So for those who know what we're talking about, this is a story that's told of Einstein all the time, and it recently went viral because someone made a meme about it. But it's in several books about Einstein where he went to the board in the class. He wrote 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18, so on and so forth, all the way till he got to 9 times 10.
9 times 10.
And he wrote 91. And the class started laughing and giggling, and he waited for him to finish. He said, "You laughing at the one I got wrong, but no one acknowledged the 9 I got right." And that's just proof that was his lesson. That's proof in life that no matter how many things you do wrong, people are waiting for that one thing for you. How many things you do right, people are waiting for you to do that one thing and do wrong to judge you or laugh at you and things like that.
So you shouldn't care.
So the bottom line is you shouldn't care. 90% is an amazing clip, but all people focused on was the one they got wrong. So that kind of reminds me of that. Like people's opinion of you is like, run your own race, as we say. The kid
Yeah,
is in the building.
Nick, what's up?
Nick out here buying land too, man.
Yeah, he is. We gave Nick the blueprint, man. We sat down with Nick. We had lunch with Nick a month ago. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, it was like 3-4 months ago, and we ran the game down quite flat to my man. We gave him.
Shout
We
out to Nick
gave.
though. That's our brother.
Yo,
Rochelle
man.
said, "Wow, thanks for yeah, absolutely. Listen, I love reading and I just share all my stuff. Lately, I've been drawn to come here talking about books, specifically that one book, just because I'm like engrossed in the book.
Because you right
You
in
know
the
what I'm saying?
middle of it.
Yeah, I'm engrossed in that joint though. That I'm really reading two right now. Um, I finished the book what was it called? From Bars to Bitcoin by Bitcoin Vegan. I finished that joint, and his story is crazy. My man like lived the movie. Um, from going to jail to like now being one of the authorities in Bitcoin. So that was dope too. But the two books I'm into right now, that's why I keep sharing about them. Color of Money or the Trump book. All right, so the Color of Money, that's an excellent. The Trump book, that's an old book I read years ago called The Art of the Deal. But the two books that I keep talking about right now, first of all, what's up, Janice? How are you? Thank you for pulling
Yeah,
up.
right?
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
see your son showing out on Saturdays.
absolutely. Yeah. I'll be watching and rooting for your son to go crazy. You know what I mean? I'll be getting all emotionally involved and whatnot, man. But your niece's family. But her son plays for Carolina, and I'll be watching the Carolina games. All of my feelings. But
Right?
with that being said, though, the book that I was talking about recently is two books that I'm reading. One is called Discipline is Destiny, and that's the one I keep coming here talking about because all the stories and it's just a good book. It's about Ryan Holiday. It's called Discipline is Destiny, and the other one is called Build Wealth One House at a Time. So those are the two books that I'm reading now. Absolutely, you already know we love you. You already know what it is.
Yeah. All love.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, we about to do a giveaway in a minute. Nakia says, "Yep, you guys made it easy for people who like doing arithmetic and not trigonometry." Listen, man,
Easy.
Nakia. The funny thing is, the blueprint and plan that we gave you is kind of like when we out in the streets what I teach now, because and that came from like that Booker T thing that I read.
Years of experience.
Because sometimes like especially in our Sunday class, we be getting deep in the weeds and we be talking about like all kinds of exotic charting. And what I realize is the average person, you
They
scare them
can't
away
get
with that.
involved in that.
You got to have a blueprint that's very easy to follow. Just do this. You know what I mean? Like
literal 3 steps. We gave my man a 3-step blueprint. A, B, C. Get busy. Go.
Yes, Jamil actually read that. And shout out to George Strait. I definitely did read that book. So I'm trying to figure what's next on my book list because I always got books in a tuck after I finish what I'm reading. Corey gave me a book that I gotta get to. I still haven't got that book. The one that killed sent you.
Yeah, man. Yurugu.
Oh yeah, the book that I have waiting for me is 2 books. I haven't read them, so I can't recommend or not recommend them. One is called Race for Profit, and that's talking about housing and race and history of that. Another one is called Free Capital. Yeah, so Free Capital is the other one. It's a story about how 12 private investors made millions in the stock market by Guy Thomas. So those are my next 2 reads after I finish the 2 that I'm on now.
Man, I'm only 3/4 of the way through Yurugu, man. She be slapping these European people with her her left hand to hit him like a little. I mean, her left hand to lean him like a little past 6, bro. Like giving them all that work. Yo.
So also, by the way, I had I was talking to Joel today. Joel's the president of our investment group, Joel Wilson, and we had a conversation about Leon Sullivan. And for those who don't know who Leon Sullivan is, do your Googles. One of the most influential black men to ever live. Simplified that way.
He's in my top 5 favorite black men who ever lived on the planet, man. His accomplishments are crazy.
So yeah, his accomplishments are crazy. But this is like his 100-year like birthday. Would turn 100, I believe. Yep. So there's a lot of things going on in the city and a celebration of Leon Sullivan. And it just made me think like, yo, we really got to get on the ball in terms of still implementing his plan. Again, we do have an investment group, right? And I'm not soliciting anybody, but I want to put this out there because a lot of times people will see it and be like, man, you ain't tell me about that. So I said on the Friday show, I'm gonna bring it up every once in a while. We do have an investment group, all black folks. We pull our money together and we buy stuff. That's simplifying it. And if you're interested, let me know. Latoya, who's in the comments, she's in there. Kahan is in there. I'm in there. Corey's in there. So Jose says y'all got my Audible lit over the last year. He has 15 books to get through once you graduate. Nice. Listen, Jose, man. Like old head told me, man, readers are leaders.
Yeah, man.
Jimmy sent me a documentary rabbit hole a couple Fridays back. Yo, yeah, the documentary rabbit hole was crazy, man.
Yeah,
crazy.
That joint deep. the documentary rabbit hole is deep as the abyss, man.
Yeah.
But I got this rap thing sold.
Zion was my grandmother's church, and I still remember his presence and sermons. Oh, you got it firsthand.
Yeah.
You got the firsthand game. And Lorraine says Leon Sullivan's date of birth was 10/16/1922. Yeah, so what's that? Like a week from his 100th birthday. Yeah. So rest in power to the God. Janice, interested. All right, cool. So I'll shoot you an inbox. Like by tomorrow, I'll shoot you an inbox with the information. Absolutely. Greatness. Yeah, absolute greatness. Who is the credit plug in the group? Somebody working on credit. All right. So now, Nakia, I don't do credit. I don't know if anybody in the comments does credit, but I'm pretty sure if I go to our private group, somebody in there got a credit plug. People ask me about credit. I say, yo, pay them people. But, I'm pretty sure we got somebody. Matter of fact, I know one person. I know that Lorenzo, I think Lorenzo does.
And what's the name? What's the boy name? A-Lee. Him, they
partners anyway. Yeah, so yeah.
Lorenzo and A-Lee.
But yeah, so Nakia, if you want, go into Bodyhood University. I know you're in a private group, and just ask like, yo, who banging with credit? So is there a minimum investment? So the way that our group works, and we're very transparent. On a monthly basis, there's a range in which you can invest. Right, the minimum is $50 per month, and the maximum is $200 per month. And the reason we only have a maximum is because we don't want one person to start building up way more, too much equity. Try to keep things close. So it's 50 to 200 every month. And so to get in is, I think it's $300, like an onboarding and then 1 month at the maximum rate. So, but part of that $300 goes into your first shares into the group. Because we are an investment group, you own equity in the overall company. So all of us are equity owners in the company, and then within that company, so it's kind of like our Berkshire.
Yeah, pretty much. We got baby Berkshire going on.
Baby got our baby Berkshire. And everything is transparent, by the way. So we have a back office where you can see everything, see the bank accounts, see the brokerage accounts. Everything is completely transparent. You can see who owns what at what percentage of equity at any time. And that's why it's beautiful. It's beautiful because one of the reasons we did everything that way is because historically speaking, we haven't been able to build anything together because of transparency and not trusting each other. So we eliminated all that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We eliminated all that. We made small amounts to so as long as you put in $50 a month, you stay
because we built it under the premise of the Reverend Leon Sullivan.
It's something we took from the
God. We built it under that concept because what he did was called the 1036.
So if you go to Google Leon Sullivan and the 1036 plan, that's kind of where the idea came about for our investment group. So we're still following in the Giants' footsteps, trying to the work that he did, just carry it on.
So what he did is he galvanized all the churches around the city and to build Progress Plaza, which is the first Black-owned, plaza businesses
shopping
and all
plaza here in Philadelphia.
Shopping plaza here in Philadelphia. And so what he did is he asked for $10 a week, no, $10 a month.
Yep.
For 36 months. And so what happened is over a 3-year time frame that you would give $360. That's it. But he got every single church in the city to buy in. And so what happened is it gave the churches power. The black churches, yeah. And it gave the black churches power. And so what happened is we were able to have a place where people could be employed and things of that nature. It built out so big that we were able to do that for ourselves with $10 a month investment per family over 30. And the thing is, it cut off after 36 months. So you weren't perpetually investing into this project. After 36 months, you started to receive benefit back.
So the thing is, the idea of looking at what he did, and a lot of us who were in the group were fans of that. And there's a book on here. We're talking about books again. Leon Sullivan has a book.
Bill Brother Bill.
Oh, Bill Brother Bill, where he goes over the whole idea. But we took that and we said, so what if it didn't stop at the 36 months and we were able to buy equity into private companies, right? So private companies, public companies. Now we can literally become our own bank and that's one of the things that we do for our members, right? So for our members, they want to get a loan, they come right to us. We'll charge interest on it. But now we are building our little mini banks and we can replicate this anywhere. So as we grow and, we have over 6 figures in assets at this point as a collective. And that's with small investments, like I said, 52, 200. So anyway, that's information about that. Leon Sullivan was a bad brother, truly, absolutely a leader.
Yeah, and then he went to the banks and he strong armed him. He straight up strong armed.
Lorraine, shoot me or Corey an inbox, or you can shoot by the hood of inbox on IG, Twitter. Yeah, we'll get you together. So, Pocket Watch and JT got a credit plug. I ain't mad at JT. Shout out to JT.
The name of his show just make my eye twitch.
Tanelia, shoot me a message. You already know me and Tanelia got our own private chat anyway. We send ratchet memes and videos to each other. So just shoot me a message on there and say, yo, you want the plug for the group. Yo, listen, man, because here's the thing, man. Tanelia is one of the most hilarious people on the internet. There's 2 people on the internet, right? And I know Tanelia's here. Latoya keeps the mix.
She down low ratchet
stuff too. So she balances it out, right? But Tanelia is hilarious. Like for those who ain't friends with Tanelia, go send her a friend request. She's hilarious. But sometimes stuff is too crazy for the time, so she'll, shoot it to me. And Naomi be wilding, bro.
Yeah, I love her energy, yo.
And Naomi is a young.
I love her energy, yo.
Because she got paper. Yo,
bugging. I
hold up,
love
bro.
her
I
energy.
ain't gonna front though. Somebody else on here is got a little ratchet side too. Somebody's got a little ratchet side too. Ashley right here be sending me some funny stuff sometimes too. Shout out to Ashley. So $50 or 300, not $1,000. No, not 1,000, not 1,000.
No,
This is about taking small amounts from a number of people in building out. Yeah. So, but Ashley got a little ratchet side too. Let's not get it twisted. There's some small money. Shout out to our sister Latoya. Latoya is in a group with us as well. She's part of our investment group. I just listened to Brother Umar speak on this last night. He spoke on Leon Sullivan or spoke on like working together. I'm not sure which one, Kid. So said, oh my God, why am I just hearing about this club? The thing is, because I don't want so when we come on here on Fridays, like I don't want anybody to ever feel like I'm out here recruiting,
soliciting anything.
Yeah, like I'm selling noni juice or anything. But I had a meeting with the president of the club this afternoon, so it was like right on my mind. And I told him, I was like, I gotta mention it to more folks because right now it's a little bit less than 30 of us, and we're organized. We meet once a month. The first Sunday every month we meet and we talk about what we got. Is there any potential investments out there? And it's also a great networking opportunity, right? Because most people who are in this club are professionals at their job or entrepreneurs. So, but it's a dope space, and I think it's important that we have our own spaces, right? Because sometimes we try to have our own spaces, but somebody always got to bring their friend. We ain't about that life.
This is I'm not. I ain't about that.
I ain't trying to start you off, Corey. I'm not trying to start you to start screaming.
No, not with money involved.
Yeah, so I said I'm gonna start mentioning a little bit more because and listen, we had success doing it. And the crazy part about it is because the market is down right now, this is the time when you really get it because we use a software. I'm very transparent. We use a software called My iClub. So what My iClub does is takes the assets that you have and gives a value for your club. So we have units. So each unit of ownership in our club has a certain value associated with it. But because the market is down, our unit value went down a little bit, but now you get more units. So right now is the
every time you put more money in,
you get more units. So he said, look, don't forget, man, she North Philly all day.
All day.
Yeah. All right. So how did Mr. Sullivan's plan of action work juxtaposed to Dr. Claude? There's a lot of parallels there, Jamil. But the difference between like that, so Dr. Claude did his own thing. I know he got in the business with the fish thing and he went around talking about his plan. Like what I like about Leon Sullivan is
he built it here, he built it in Africa, he built it in Detroit, he built it all over the place.
He took action. And also other people like took his approach and tried to implement it to what they were doing. If you look at the history, Dr. King tried, before his demise, but the Nation of Islam, their whole thing was based on the work that Leon Sullivan did, right? Yep. So a lot of people saw what he was doing and tried to like implement that. It actually says, "I'm classy. Thank you very much."
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Would never besmirch your name.
She said, "My auntie is a noni pusher." Oh, you quote my noni joke, yo.
No
shots at auntie, man. Shout out auntie.
No shots at auntie.
Yeah, no shots at auntie, yo. You should definitely mention it more. Yeah, I promise I will, Dawn. I definitely will. So, are the meetings in person? Great question. The meetings are virtual right now. One of the things that we're trying to do, because we're also trying to build community, is like maybe once a month have something where we can get together just to meet. But our monthly meetings are virtual. And even the stuff that we'll have in the meetups will be, not mandatory or anything, but we're just still trying to really build that community. So it's virtual. Book recommendations, Language in the Pursuit of Leadership Excellence, How Extraordinary. Okay. I'm going to save this right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to timestamp this. Shape Culture and Drive Breakthrough Results by the Chalmers Brothers. Why do I know that name?
The Chalmers Brothers was pushers.
That's the Chambers Brothers, bro.
Oh. I'm looking at that like, the Chambers. Oh yeah. My fault, man. I was like, say, damn, bro. I was like, the Chambers Brothers wrote a culture book.
Yo, because I ain't gonna lie, I thought about that, yo. Like the Chambers Brothers were some of the biggest narcotics dealers in the world, yo. I think they was were they in Detroit? Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie though. When I saw that, that's the first thing I thought of, and I was like, no, that said Chalmers, man. That's Chalmers.
The Chambers Brothers wrote a culture book.
Jose, man, shout out to you for the book recommendation. You know we always look for that, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah. Listen, that's true. Lorraine, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure,
Community
for sure.
economics. Virtual with the opportunity for in-person. Yeah, there you go. That's the answer to that. And it's going down more too. We plan to be eating very good in a few. Listen, I can't wait either. But shout out to you, Jose. Yeah, so Rochelle knows who the Chambers brothers are. She said, "Yep, right here in Detroit." Listen, every week for those that are just tuning in or may have not, been here, we do a giveaway, right? And our giveaway, we give away $50 in Bitcoin. You give away
Yep.
$50 in Bitcoin. 2 people win $25 a pop. So we're getting ready to do our giveaway before we get out of here. You ever seen the 3-year economic program?
Yep.
Tell them, plan. Shout out to
That's
Elijah.
exactly what it is.
Boom.
36 represents 3 years. So
Yeah.
yes, that's exactly what it's modeling.
Yeah.
Jamil.
White boy Rick and the Chambers brothers from Detroit, my hood. Yeah, so that's who Corey saw Jose was talking about.
Yeah.
Corey like, yo, they out here writing self-help books now.
Yeah, what to say? Damn. They say, yo, right, they came up in the game. Hilarious. Like, yo, I thought they was
like, man, listen, you gotta give everybody a second chance, man. Maybe they, they learn their lessons.
I wasn't going to poop on the book. I was just about to say, like, damn, they versatile. Like, I ain't know what was going on. They got some versatility to their game. They Swiss Army knife out here. They Scottie Pippen. They can do a little bit of everything.
If you want in our giveaway, and what we do is we do a random name. All right, let me
your ones in the air.
Put a 1 in the comment section if you want to be put in our giveaway. And remember,
in the air.
In order,
you don't care
to win. All you have to do, if your name comes up on the wheel, to say that I'm still here. After that, you shoot me or Corey a message. Give us your cash tag, and we'll send it to you right away. Janice says, shout out to Janice. Janice been supporting everything we do from the get-go. We was doing stuff live years ago. We was giving away stockpile cards. So just put a 1 in the comments if you want in, and we'll add you to there. From Rock to Words. Chambers brothers. Yo, that was funny as hell.
Yo, man, I fully missed the L. I thought all I saw was the Chambers brothers, and I was ready. Whoa!
Yeah, the Chambers brothers got straight documentaries about their work. Like,
yo, because that's why I was a little confused. I was shocked a little bit.
That's pretty funny.
I was like, damn, I ain't know the Chambers brothers get that busy, yo.
Toya, who else we got?
All right, I'll read them.
Oh man, that's hilarious, bro.
I'm sorry, man. I missed the L. I straight up missed the L. Tanelia.
Who else?
Samuel. Chris Morales. Jose. Alyssa Brown. Dawn O. Jose. Oh, he put Jose twice. Jose a cheater. He doing a dime. Don on here. Don.
All right. If he cheating ass Don,
cheating ass Don. Yeah. Dash.
All right.
Kahan. Jamil. You wrong. Don is here, Jamil. Gregory.
Greg, what's up, bro?
Millie Block.
Remember, if you want into the giveaway, just put your 1 in. You put your 1 in, and
Hey man, you see this comment, man? I feel honored, man. Feel honored, man. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, man.
You got
all day long.
Trade shit about it. I got that from who said that? The first person said that. Russ was the first person. Shout to Russ, man. Or what's Russ' new name on here, man?
Oh yeah, man. Oh man, I don't know. I gotta call Russ and find his new name.
Yeah, Russ got a Facebook name on here.
Matter of fact, Russ lived 15 minutes from me in Kingswood. Russ lived 15 minutes from me. The last time I was in matter of fact, speaking of that, I'll be in Houston not too long from there. I thought I was gonna come next week, but I got a previous engagement. So I'll be in Houston before Thanksgiving. And I'll be in Houston Thanksgiving week. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean. Listen, man, I was trying to throw an event out either out there in Texas or Carolina. But we gotta hit one of them up soon.
Carolina Blue.
Or do both. Do Carolina first, then do Houston, man. And I know I can try to talk Les into coming with us, man. Yo, first off, I just want to shout out Les, right?
She be getting busy.
Because she is on fire right now. For the folks that are in our private MDC group, yeah, Les is on fire right now in terms of her trading. So I just want to give her a shout out. LaRonda, what's good with you, LaRonda? She said, "Come on to Carolina." Yeah, we definitely trying to. Let's do Carolina first quarter. Let's set something up.
Yeah.
Maybe the beginning of the year, top of the year, something, or the end of this year.
I don't mind wearing the Carolina Blue.
Yeah, we can do something in Carolina.
By the hoodie.
Yeah, so a couple more seconds. If you're looking to be put into our random giveaway, just drop a 1 in the comment section. I'll give you about 30 seconds, and we'll add you to our wheel. We're going to spin the wheel. 2 folks will win. Remember, if your name comes up, just say, I'm here. Then shoot me a message with your cash tag, and you'll get it. Tanelia says, Les makes me money so I can buy Pokemon cards.
Hey, what's up, LaRonda? Yo, I was ready to show that joy too.
Pokemon cards.
Yo, so that's funny, but that's exactly what I used to do, man. I used to make money playing poker, and then I would buy Magic the Gathering trading cards so that I can play. So there's nothing. I get it, Tanelia. I get it.
Yeah, man. That was hilarious. All right, so 10 seconds and we'll do our first spin. Remember, just say, yo, I'm still here. And, you'll have your $25. You'll have it this evening. And anybody who's ever won know that we paid the same evening. This is just our way of giving back. We appreciate the support for everything. Because, whoa. So, yes. Kia said Conroe was that close to Kingswood.
Yes. Conroe and Kingswood is 15 minutes. So, in between Conroe and Kingswood is a town. Oh my God, I forget the name of it. But where I was at when I was sitting on the ranch for 2 years, when COVID was going crazy, is a little town in there. Then there's Conroe. Conroe is on one side of it. Kingswood is on the other side. That town is 15 minutes wide, and literally on the other side of that is Kingswood. And then after Kingswood, you get into Texas. I mean, you get into Houston.
I'm talking a foreign language. You ever watch this show on Netflix? It's called Mo.
Yeah, I watched one of them Jones, but they was talking so crazy. I was like, you know what? No, I can't do this.
Yo, but the thing is, he's in Houston. It's a lot of the Houston culture in that show. All right, Joe. So real quick though, we're about to spin now. Again, this is our way of showing appreciation to anyone in our community. Everybody that pulls up on Friday. Our most recent podcast was a review of the Black Blockchain Summit that Corey and I did. Again, our podcast drops every Wednesday, audio as well as video. Make sure to share that. Follow us on all social media. It's @ByTheHood. That's pretty much it, man. If you're in our private group, remember Sunday class is every Sunday at 12 noon. If you're in the MDC, our paid private membership group, there's classes throughout the week. There's a Discord. Make sure you're in the Discord. Ask questions. Yo, shout out to our Discord. There's a channel on the Discord that has nothing but documentaries and things about finance. That's one of the most slept on channels in our Discord. But you can always ask questions in the Discord. We got folks all over the country who are willing to come in and answer. So make sure you're in the Discord if you're in our private group. With that being said, let's do the first spin, Corey. You ready?
Ready.
All right, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Good luck to everybody. But our first winner is wow. Pull right up and win.
Right up. Pull right up.
Janice, shoot me an inbox with your cash tag, and I'll send you the Bitcoin this evening. So just shoot me a message with your cash tag. Listen to a great episode, just which is the way to know how to get in on the ground floor. All right,
ground floor what?
Yeah, when you say the ground floor, are you speaking of the summit or are you talking about crypto? What are you talking about when you say the ground floor, Ash? He said, look at that. Thanks. No problem. Yeah, just shoot me your cash tag, whatever your cash tag is, and I'll have it sent to you within the hour once we, get off here. And Rochelle says, congratulations to Janice. Remember, we have one more winner. And same rules apply. Don't try to switch up your style. Oh, Web3 in general.
I
All
mean,
right. So that's a complex question because it depends upon what you believe
yeah,
Web3 to be. Different people have different definitions of what they believe Web3 to be and what will have power in Web3. So the perfect way though is to kind of like do your study and figure out which project you think will be around. I have my own opinion of Web3, which differs from most people on the internet, but that's okay. I told you as I work on myself and work on my patients, even if I'm wrong, I'm okay with that. But you got to be careful when you just say Web3 going in there because there's so many scams.
yeah.
So many scams.
It's like crypto. It's just like crypto.
Yeah, yeah. It might be worse though. Like the opening up of DeFi and Web3. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
it's like anything else, man. It's like when you start to read stories about the gold rush, you see how many scammers were out there. You're like, oh, history does nothing but repeat itself.
yeah, man.
But no, but that's a great question, Ashley, and I'm glad you asked it. I mean, we should definitely have conversations about that and maybe do some Zooms, and just have those conversations. So thank you
Yeah,
for that question because I'm pretty sure if you asked that question, the people had that question. We need to do like more open house type Zoom type joints just to build with people in the space. Let's do
yeah,
that. Like we'll get Russ on
yeah.
and a couple other
I'm,
people that specialize in
I'm
this
with
stuff.
that. I'm
Yeah.
willing to give the people more of my time, man. Y'all
What
show
Toya
us love.
say? Toya says scam culture is at an all-time high.
It ain't at an all time high, but it damn for sure feel like it. Cause I remember some scammy times.
No, I
Like,
think no, but I think it might be at an all-time high just because of the internet. So scamming has always been around, but the internet allows folks to scam ungodly, yo. I was
yeah,
watching something, I think it was on YouTube, it might have been, but it was about like the scamming of like older people who are looking to be in relationships.
yeah,
It
man.
was like widowers getting scammed.
So do you think this time is more scammy, or when the internet first broke in the 1990s, when it was like the Nigerian princess was everywhere?
Yeah. So now,
Like
now
that was
I'm
a
gonna tell you why. I'm
wild
gonna tell you
ass
why.
time.
But I'm gonna tell you why. Back then, it wasn't many as people online it is now. So just by proxy of pure numbers, it's worse. And
I'm
you have
just
you have more older people using the internet now who aren't
yeah,
really that savvy with how to navigate on the internet. So I agree with Latoya. Like the internet made it crazy. I know for sure about the scans, which is why it's overwhelming. I don't know where to start. All right, Ashley. So that's a great question. I'm glad you asked it. We're gonna put something together strictly for you. I'm trying to get some folks who are specialists in the field that like just have like a roundtable discussion about that. Have our own like conference. The
power.
missus is in the building. The queen, LaJoya, how are you? LaJoya wants us to put. She wants to join our giveaway. She pop in like, yo, let me.
Yeah, she trying to run the Bitcoin bag up off our company, man. I
All right,
don't know
so
this lady.
all right, so LaRonda says. So LaRonda, I'm gonna ask you, put you on the spot. If we have this roundtable discussion, would you like that be? And again, we're not selling anything, just to have an open discussion about your thoughts on it. Would you want to be a part of the roundtable? You know,
Right?
put you right on the spot, LaRonda. And again, if you put a course together, I don't mind if you push, offer your
Yeah,
course to folks there.
we with
That
it.
ain't my business. But at the same time, I just like to get people who have opinions and are experts in that side. The scams attached to loneliness and self-appointed guru was a pop. Yeah, it was a documentary on the loneliness one though, and that was like crazy to me. And they were saying, especially during the pandemic, folks were lonely, and the scammers like
We're
went
crazy.
got busy. Lance, we gotta wrap offline this next couple weeks, Lance, because we definitely trying to do something in Carolina, and obviously you got to be a part of it. But Lance also says that it's Nigerian princes everywhere. And
No,
LaRonda,
she's
hey,
laughing
Core,
at me.
remember this, Core. Write LaRonda's name down. She says she will be a part of it, and
Not a problem.
We'll do this online. We'll do a Zoom. Have some folks come and just have a conversation to ask questions, and you kind of like just build about what Web3 is.
She laughing at me because that's what I said when I was talking about the early 1990s when we first got the web. I said it was Nigerian princes
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, they definitely were. But yo, they still out here, man. What's the boy name that ran the bag up all crazy? He was stunting on Instagram. Something. Oh, what's the dude's name, yo? Y'all gotta see his story. It was a Nigerian boy, and he did nothing but show off on Instagram. And yo, he was showing off crazy, and they locked his ass up. I'm gonna find this boy's name because
Yeah,
I want y'all to look him up. His name was Hush Puppy. Yo, Hush Puppy, right? The dude's name was Hush Puppy was bodying Instagram. Like, he was bodying Instagram. He would be in like a random country with a rose. My man would buy a matching Rolls Royce to go with his shirt. Like he was, listen, I ain't gonna front. He was flossing crazy, but he was purely scamming though, pure scams. Look up the Hush Puppy, y'all. Just look up Hush Puppy scam, and y'all see exactly what I'm talking about. Jennifer Lewis got scammed by a fake lover. Yo, I didn't hear that story.
Damn, yo.
You talking about the mom of Blackish?
Auntie got scammed?
Oh, I gotta look this up. I didn't hear about that story.
Yo, it's wild out here, man.
Yeah, like the loneliness scams is crazy.
That tell you how lonely people really is, though. Like it tell you where our world at.
Hold up, she sent somebody $50,000 because he was talking about, making sweet, passionate love to her. Oh, I gotta read this story. Damn, Jennifer Lewis. And the crazy part is, Jennifer Lewis, like I read her biography, yo, and she was never mind. I ain't gonna say that, but yeah, she got an interesting biography. All right, I got you, Lance. We definitely gonna hit you up, Lance. Don't even worry about it. You definitely wearing that robe. Yo, Lance, that's him, yo. My man was walking around with a Versace robe on. Like, he was on IG going crazy. He was going crazy.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Y'all gotta look up Hush Puppy, yo. It's like documentaries on his levels of scams. Yeah, Reach. She talked about it last year on those talk shows. I think I didn't hear about it. I gotta look this up. These scammers are sophisticated. The View, I mean. I didn't hear about that one. Said Corey ain't Googling a grown ass man name.
I'm pretty sure you know me very well. You know me well enough to know that I'm not Googling.
All right, somebody send Corey the Hush Puppy article. Send him a video. Go to YouTube, find a Hush Puppy.
Yeah. I'll watch it if you send it to me.
All you gotta do, shout out to all of our Nigerian fans and loved ones, because this is no disrespect to y'all. If you go to YouTube and you put in Nigerian scammer Instagram, a gang of stories will pop up about boy. Send them to Corey, y'all. He got a gold mouthpiece. He was out here going nuts. He was going nuts. And it's funny though. He was putting on such a show on Instagram that like when he got locked up, folks was like, "Yo, free him," because they want to see him keep going crazy on IG. He was going crazy on IG, bro. Like
he's just scamming the hell out of people.
Yeah, Latoya said she gonna put it in our group chat. Listen, he was going crazy on his IG was off the chain, yo. I used to be laughing. It was like he was flossing so crazy that it became comical. I'm like, bro, like. You really gonna go out here and buy a Rolls Royce to match your shirt, though? That's what you want? All scam money. That's how you spell his name. That's how you spell his name, by the way, folks. Right here, HUSHPUPPI.
Oh man, y'all making my.
All right, man. Let's do this last name so we can get out of here, man. We didn't give y'all books. We didn't give y'all scammer videos. So it's time to get out of here at this point, man. All right,
we got to start talking about the boy who got the crazy books, man. We gotta get those. We gotta get that boy back on the show, man.
Oh yeah, he definitely. He dropping like audios
he
now.
Like 7 books a month.
Yeah, he go crazy. But let's get the last one. Good luck to everybody. Let's get it. And the winner is
Chris Morales,
my man. All right, Chris. Shoot myself by the hood or Corey at inbox, or you can email us bythehoodllc@gmail.com and say, yo, I won the joint either way. Well, first off, Chris, let us know that you're still here, because that's the first rule. You gotta let us know you're still here.
There you go.
Chris is here. So yeah, shoot us a message. Yo, Nakia said a Hush Puppy documentary. Yeah. Yo, Hush Puppy was about, when y'all watch it though, y'all gotta give him credit for the way he was abusing IG though, yo. He was stunting on everybody. Yo, they said they verified him from his birthday pictures on IG. I told you, yo. He's an IG legend, yo. Chris, no problem, good brother. Congrats to our winners. Congratulations to the man.
I'm trying to reach the level of minding my business that I'll be looking at this stuff and I'll be trying to mind my business. It's so hard.
No, I do mind my business, but it's still comical though. I tell you,
no. I'm saying like I want to be above. Like I want to be want to be kind of like bougie and haughty when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like I can't make myself though because I got so much.
Oh no,
Like I'm
it's
so hood, bro.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I
but
find
that'll
this
never
stuff
go away, bro.
funny. Like I know people actually get hurt, and it's not funny to the people who get hurt. But I be finding this so funny, man. Like damn, yo, like people really out here getting scammed. Like, what does your life look like that you can get scammed like that, man?
Listen, man. Let me know what y'all think about the Hush Puppy documentaries on YouTube because there's plenty of them. Let me know what y'all think about that, and tell me how y'all think he was. Tell me what y'all think about how he was bodying IG. With that being said, though, listen, we appreciate y'all for the winners. You know, that's right. Gotta still connect to the ratchetness. Always, man. Always.
I'm trying to mind my business, man.
Always. Yeah, we stay plugged in with the ratchetness too, man. It's a combination of ratchetness and righteousness, man. With that being said, though, listen, we appreciate y'all. We back here next Friday, 7 p.m. Every Friday, 7 p.m. If you're in our private class, that's Sunday at noon. If you're in our private group, you know, hit us up. We appreciate y'all as always. And listen, you know, we love y'all, man. That's just enough like that. Let's leave it at that,
Pure
man.
love.
Absolutely. Take care.